Right, I do believe I'm ready. Just check the pictures. No new pictures. Good. Okay. I think we're ready. I think we're ready. Yeah, we're totally good. Marvellous. Yes. There's my coffee, I need that. Hello? I'm here. No one here. Okay, good. I didn't make anyone wait. That's always nice to know. Let's put my coffee somewhere. Okay, the mystical blue tack. Oh, I wish that guy had... I wish there was a convert to the Church of Blue Tack. It's such a good idea. Beep. Perfect. Right, 4 minutes. A little longer than usual, but I am nevertheless here, finally. Don't need that. What's with the brightness? You going to tone it down? Thank you. Appreciate that. Right, I have no plan. Didn't have a plan coming into this. I'm so focused with getting on that we don't set anything up pre-planning wise. It's more about getting time on painting, if that makes sense. I don't like to muck about with the logistics in the background. So basically, I want to keep that to a minimum. But enough about that. Let's figure out what we're painting. I need my headphones. Okay, that's fine. Hello, Shrouded. How are you doing? Yeah, we're doing some painting. Don't recognise the name. Would you be new by any chance? I suspect you might be. Right, I just need to get cracking. That's what I need to do. I need to get started. You new? How are you doing, buddy? How? What can we talk about today? You're new. I don't know you. You don't know me. Tell me something. You're very early into the stream. There's not much going on, which is fine. Also, can you inform you as to what? What can I inform you on? You wish informing, okay? Yeah, we got a little bit of a problem over here. This bit here, these guys have been moving. We lost a Terminator's arm. He's been glued back on, but we did lose an arm. He jumped from the top shelf up there to the ground, so that was quite a drop. So yeah, we had a little bit of an issue. So we have had some issues. I'm sorry about this. I still need to pick up I need to find a Twitch DJ. That'll do. I say Twitch DJ. What the hell? Chill? Wood? Who do you think I am? Yeah, just use this wood, you know, friggin' with me and what lottery winnings? Wood? Oh, unbelievable. How dare you, sir? How dare you suggest wood? Wood? Oh, you might as well say gold. If there's any legitimate advice, I'm willing to follow it. Right, I need to start. Pick up a model and paint. Let's get you ready. Hey, the eyes look pretty good on him, but the flesh, however, looks terrible. And you're unusually shiny. Is that when I was accidentally putting on medium, thinking it was varnish? I think so, yeah. I think that was that. But, no desperandum. Let's get some flesh colours. Okay, so we need to navigate my highly organised painting system. We need flesh colours. Oh, Bugmans. Perfect. There's some Bugmans. Yeah, I'm not a member of the aristocracy, you know? I'm not. So, you know, you can go ahead and suggest wood. You might as well say, hey, just grow extra arms and go chop that wood down. Katie and flesh tone, do you think I could blend those? I could do that. Papier-mâché. Ooh, there's a suggestion. What I was thinking... Canada! I just found something out about Canada. It seems like my family history, some of us went there. Australia as well, actually. So I was figuring I've got a bit of a paint problem, so I can use my paints. If I stack them cleverly, they can perform the function of support struts until I need them. That's my theory. But in the meantime, I'm going to start painting. Bugmans. Let's see if Bugmans... It feels okay. Let's give it a go on the old vortex mixer. Yeet! When you're ready, thank you, Bugmans. Is it all right? Stockton on teas. No way. Stockton. Haven't heard that place mentioned in a while. Right, let's get a bit of Bugmans on my wet palette and go from there. Let's see if we can successfully. You know what? I'm feeling frivolous. I'm going to go ahead and try some wet blending. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to do some wet blending. Even though there's an attempt made on here, I think we can do a little bit better. So we want to keep what's on there already. Clearly I've made an attempt, but let's see if we can do it a little bit more. Let's see if we can do it a little bit more than that. Let's give it a go. Let's just go recesses only with the Bugmans. They're assembled from kits and then painted by me. They are plastic model kits. Right, okay, so I've just done that bit and that's all wet. So let's go ahead now. Let's get creative and grab another brush as quickly as possible. And whilst wet, work on some more colour. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm not even going to wait. Oh, this is ruined. Look at this. The medium's gone all separate and stuff. Look at that. Absolutely ruined. Okay, so you're for the chop. You can go. But now I don't have a flesh colour. Let's pick... There's more Bugmans. I just need anything flesh coloured. Can you see, guys? Anything remotely flesh coloured? I literally take anything at this point. What's this? That could work if it's not dead. It's a very old paint. Let's see if it... I think I need to cut the end off. Let's see if we can check. Does it have... Oh! It's got paint in! It's got paint in! Ha-ha! Look down there. Oh, you don't need to see it. But it's alive! It wasn't sealed. I just had to snip off the end. Now, I've dolloped out a load of medium in comparison to the actual pigment. So I've really got to mix that up. But I feel like it needs a bit of ink as well. So what I'm going to do is add in a little dab of Reichland Flesh Shade, just to add a bit of pigment. Let's do that. Add a bit of pigment. Okay, we might be onto something there. Let's see if that other paint hasn't dried entirely. We can figure something out. Oh, hey, you wouldn't even necessarily know that those two were separate layers. Huh? Ah, there we go. That's something. Ooh, hello. Yeah, that looks a little bit silky smooth, don't it? Let's try here as well. Oh, it's going a little bit wonky. So there's a lot of medium in this initial squirt of this colour. However, it might be all right. Let's use that as our foundation. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily go over. It doesn't have a lot of pigment in it. But that's not necessarily the end of the world. I think that will mingle a little bit better when it dries in. Oh, email. Nothing major. Okay. So that's our flesh. You know what? That looks alright, guys. And you son of a bitch. Hi, buddy. Let that dry, and we'll just repeat that on the next bit. That's what we do. How you doing, Anne? Anne, seeing you yesterday pop on, I was in super nostalgia zone. I was thinking about when you first joined, we were playing PA videos. You're in so many of those. Oh man, I got all nostalgic, Anne. I was like, oh, and that little cheeky chappy. Yeah, it was nice, just daydreaming. But on that note, we are one step closer to bringing games back in, finally. One step closer. We only got a couple more steps and we're there. I'm in two. Two what? Two places at the same time? Two live streams? You two minds? You two people? Two personalities? What's up? You're in two videos? Oh, well, okay. Well, clearly my memory... I mean, I'm old, and so clearly my memory is not working so well. You're in two videos. Okay. So it turns out that my nostalgia for Ant is unfounded. It's I clearly just... My old man memory has made it up. So Ant wasn't in that many videos. That's rather disappointing, isn't it? Behold the ravages of age. Wait, you just doubled. Ant, it just doubled. What's going on? You just doubled it. Let's see if I can get this. As long as I don't cover those beautiful big chops and his eyes as well. I like his eyes. I think a lot of his face can stay as well. I quite like that. Okay, palm of the hand can definitely be this. There we go. We're all getting old. You want to hear something terrifying, Ant? Right, you'll never be younger than you are right now. It's a one-way street. It's old grave. Yeah, for all of us. We're all marching towards oblivion. Hey, welcome to Table's live stream. You're going to die soon. Happy days. Like and subscribe. Hey, how do you feel today? Feeling pretty upbeat? You'll be dead soon. Like and subscribe. God. Yeah, well, that's the main thing. You've got to come to terms with it, unfortunately. It's something you do have to accept. And the sooner that you accept it, the better on you'll be getting on living. You know? Right, so now we go with the lighter pigment. Let's just go onto the raised bits. Look at me, wet blending. Oh, that's really watery. It might be all right, actually. So what we're just trying to do is hide those... That's too watery. Why is it so watery? Did I accidentally mix into a spread out bit of medium? I think I did. So this is all this layer is just to smooth the transitions on the previous layer. I'm not trying to go to the lightest of the light. All I'm trying to do is make it look gradual. And the good thing about ogres, if there's ever a model that you're going to do this with and start trying it with this with, it's these beautiful buddies, because they got big old slabs of flesh, so there's plenty of opportunity, and not a lot of detail gets washed out if you mess it up. So you can go back in and try again. There we go. And a little bit there again, just that line between that line there is what needs to be just broken up ever so slightly. Well, yeah, I mean, it affects a lot of us. It affects all of us, but the not liking getting old, yeah, it can be a tough one for people to accept. You know, it can be a tough one. He's looking all right. That's not looking like two tiers. That's actually looking like a gradient. Dare I say it? You gotta love ogres for a bit of practice. You really do. And being notoriously bad at painting flesh, this is quite refreshing. Now I know it's already looking a lot lighter in places, and I get that. It's because it's already been painted once. But I just happened to pick this guy up, and I just felt like he looked a little bit two stage. So I'm just trying to, without it taking too long, it's these hard edges that I want to break up, and I think I can break up gradually. How are the... I never did get into... Oh, no, wait, hang on a second. Yeah, the first-person shooter that has the big old wars, yeah, I hated it. I was terrible at it. It's just like, I just go on and get mowed down almost immediately if it's the game I'm thinking of. Yeah, that was a bit of a disappointment. But that's a me problem, you know, it's a skill issue. That's another thing of age. And first-person shooters, you kind of get aged out of those with your skill. You unless you've got super skills, because there's that grandpa sniper, isn't there, who we see on shorts. There's him, but I mean he's got military skills, you know, so it's a little bit different. But for your average Joe, yeah, put it this way, I won't be firing up Fortnite ever again. Oh, it's not an FPS. Okay. Well, then we're definitely thinking of different games. There we go. That's looking a little more integrated. He still looks like he's got a little bit of sunburn going on, but that's looking a little less two-stage. Grex! Greco! Guess what arrived yesterday, bud? Thank you very much. It's arrived. It's here. It's sitting in my kitchen. How you doing, buddy? What I'd love to do, I tell you what, the older Call of Duty is, in my opinion, a lot of fun. I don't know what's going on the new one with the giant thingy. Oh yeah, or should I say boxes? Yeah, plural. I was able to snuffle out a bargain. Sorry, I'm just drinking coffee. Alright, I need some troll's teeth. Although, this looks alright. What's this? Scaffold. Scale colour birch. I'll use that to lighten it. Now, as I've just discovered that these paints I bought ages ago, they're actually sealed. So you snip off the top. And they've actually kept, even though they're from 2018. So, I'm rather impressed that that's the case. So, yeah. So, but I need to definitely mix it, because the last one dumped out a load of medium as opposed to pigment. Yeah, sure. I will definitely show you what's in them. Yeah, I can definitely do that. Let's just... yeah, again, quite heavy on the medium. So, let's again enlist the services of Reichland. Although I've just picked up Sepia. So let's what the hell? I gave you a tiny dono, but it didn't go through, yet the money is gone. Well, something's clearly not worked. But thank you, and thank you. Yeah, maybe it was too tiny. No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that as in like give more. I mean like because YouTube take a chunk. Maybe they just took all of it. No, don't wait. No, Anne. Wait. Just wait and see if it processes. Yeah, they should do. Well, they do. Yeah, we know that. But don't send it. Don't double send because they might come through both at the same time. Yeah, smart move, Ant. Just wait a sec, bud. No need to bill yourself twice. So this is a little bit. It's ever so slightly lighter, but I kind of like that. Man, flesh is difficult to do. Trouble is, it looks a little bit like brush strokes now. Well, I say we continue on. You're never going to get better at something if you don't try it, you know? So... And also, how it looks wet isn't necessarily how it looks dry. Oh! Grex with the information. Yeah, okay, so there is a limit for it to show up. Well, that's a bit sucky. That's looking a little too light, actually. I say we just put it on every surface and then try and blend it back. So the face is the old style, and I kind of want to keep that. I keep putting my finger on him, unfortunately. Well, if you don't give enough money, they don't show up. Oh man, that's what my YouTube Shorts would have me believe. They my YouTube Shorts really don't like the ladies. They but I think it's a mix. I think you get good and bad people in general. I'd rather have it look more like flesh than have too much of a... Because I like a strong gradient from light to dark, but I think with the case of skin, I'd rather it look like skin more than have super dark recesses and super light highs, you know? That's what I'm thinking. But I feel like we could go again with a little bit lighter on this. I love ogres. Ever since they came out, I've loved ogres. Like, I know these are really old models, but I just love them. I absolutely love them. They're just so lovely. I will... it takes a little while to update, but it should do. I should know tomorrow if it did, Ant. I can, of course, let you know. I might leave the head a little bit whilst he proceeds to put paint on the head. Sorry, Grex. Yeah, it's very much the art of the possible at the moment. That's how things are. Yeah, sorry about that. It is very much what I can do. We are starting to hammer out a schedule, and new problems are appearing. So schedule-wise, yeah, I can send you a message, Ant. That's absolutely fine. Scheduling-wise, it looks like we're doing GMT plus 2, 11:30 till 2:30. That's looking like the weekday time. That's how the weekday time is starting to look. And the weekends, it's more in the evenings. So it looks like it's more like 7:30 to 8 GMT plus 2 to whenever. That's what we're looking at scheduling wise. That's what's starting to form. It's not great, and for that I apologize. It's just what I can do. Like, it's the scheduling equivalent of my shelving and my new paint rack. As you can see, I got my paint rack sorted. You know, it's what you can achieve. Okay, so there's been some developments. It's not a no. So it turns out in my YouTube studio, I have the option to contact YouTube support. I don't know if every channel has that, but I found it. So I contacted them, and after a bit of back and forth with a bot, who then went away to check with an actual person, they said it's different departments. We can't check that for you, unfortunately, after waiting like 25 minutes. But they seemed surprised that I had gotten an invite, and they asked me where I had got it from, and I said, well, email, and it popped up as a message in studio. Now the email, I reread it, and it says they do reach out to people in early January to let them know that they've been successful. We're kind of like on the 13th of January now, and I haven't heard anything. The issue was that I think that when they were checking channels, mine was quite quiet because I was off on Christmas holidays. So I don't know. It's not looking promising, and I think it's a no. And the way I know it's a no is that it started to make me feel a little bit down. So this is exactly the time where I need to double down on other stuff, channel related, to offset that. So yeah, so it's looking like a no, buddy. It's looking like a no. I mean, if it was a yes, I would have been singing it from the rooftops, frankly, because it would have been amazing. However, last weekend for views and subscribers, it was the best there since 2015. Best weekend we've had. Second best weekend for stats ever, I would say. There was only one other moment, because the only weakness of this one, that it didn't take the top spot, was that it didn't reflect in ad revenue. And the other super good time did reflect in ad revenue. But yeah, second best weekend ever. So I feel really optimistic. I'm pretty excited for the future stuff. It's exciting. No, the reason I mentioned that is because if this, I know that what's going to happen is that I'm on borrowed time with the streaming. Like, real life will come along and it's going to torpedo me at some point. So I have that kind of existential terror. So I do think in those terms with ad revenue and how to bump it up. That's why I thought the creator camp, oh, I've made this look like Burns. I've done this wrong. I've mixed this wrong. That feels like a step backwards. Yeah, and it's better to not think about the money. And it is better to not think about it. And why am I even mentioning it now? You see how, yeah, forget it. Yeah, see how my mind goes? Forget it. I'm good. I'm all right now. So I kind of screwed up this highlighting bit here. So we got kind of, that definitely felt like a step backwards. But I want to go to the lighter pigment. Let's try here. Now, this paint I opened, what's its name? Again, that's too much. I am having fun, and I can I can show you that. So my goal is 1,000 hours of painting, and if I move you up here, you can see my stats here. We're already on 965 hours left. I've already streamed for 35 hours in January. I mean, you don't do that kind of thing if you don't enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? So it's pretty gosh darn amazing. Maybe I'm not at the lighter stuff yet. Maybe I'm still at something here. Although that looks too dark as well. Man, mixing colours is tough. We'll get there. I think the trick is to just do progressively less. Yeah, after all those years of talking about streaming and trying to do it on a computer, and all I needed was for my old phone to break. That's all it needed. No worries, Anne. Come and go as you please, dude. It's absolutely fine. I'm quite happy to sit here painting away. I'll see you when I see you, buddy. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. Yeah, I'll see you when I see you. No worries at all. Drop a like before you go, please. Just in case the creator camp thing is still a thing. Although I don't need to ask, actually. No, I don't need to ask, because, like I say, yeah, I don't even need to ask that anymore. We're good. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I don't even need to ask. That's a nice revelation. I think that's looking a lot more like flesh. The face is still the old style, but I think I might be all right with the face staying like that. Although I might just maybe try and soften it ever so slightly. Or should I even bother? It's anywhere where there's an iffy transition I need to look at. Like that. He's looking a lot healthier. Okay. I mean, he looks a little bit... The flesh looks a little bit weird there where I messed up. But if we just try and ever so slightly even that up, I think we are in... Now, this is something... Here's an issue, right? So this guy's on army paint to square bases, right? What's holding up my ogre army is that finding the right bases for the right units. And my fear is that if I go to all the effort of painting these, if I have to take them along to the Games Workshop on May 6th for the 100 minis painted thing, are they going to be able to tell the difference between these bases and Games Workshop bases? And do you think they would be finicky enough? Because I know how they are about non-Games Workshop products. Do you think they might like potentially say, hey, you haven't paid 100 because it's not GW bases? What do you think? Or should I just hide it with a lot of modelling flock or something? Get some modelling flock and some static grass or something and just hide it? I think he's good. I think that's as good as I can get flesh at the moment. I would like to go a little bit lighter, but I think that's what my issue is. I think going too light is the problem. So I would say he's a bit shiny, but he's done. I would say. Yeah, I would say he's done, actually. Okay, cool. That was easy. That's one off the shelves. Should we try... So we were talking about Tau yesterday, and I've got my Tau paint scheme. Why not paint a Tau? Because I've got these stealth suits that I love, and I haven't been able to get my hands on them, but I have now. We can maybe paint these. Where's the third one? He's hiding around here somewhere. The stealth suit's hiding. Right, so now I know that the base coat is that khaki, blah, blah, blah. Question is, am I going to be able to find them? Let's see, well, before we commit to painting them, let's see what we find. Because if we find the right colours, then we can go from there. Zandri Dust, that's the one. Now, I can already see the mediums in there, but we've got Zandri Dust. That's what I base coated them in. Zandri Dust. So, are we lucky enough to find Tau Ochre? Maybe. If they're a little bit different, I'm not concerned. I need some White Scar, which is there. It's probably going to be completely ruined. Let's see. My money's on completely ruined. Ant! Right back at you, dude! Thank you! Oh, Ant, you little buddy. How many years have I known you now, Ant? Thank you. Like, really, really appreciated, buddy. Really, really appreciated. Thanks. It helps out. It definitely helps out. Thank you, dude. Yeah, thanks, man. Oh, Ant, bless you. Bless you, buddy. Right, we got White Scar. We got Zandri Dust. Oh, Ant. It took a little time to come through, but it did. Thanks, buddy. Oh, bless you. I can't think of a bigger compliment. Thank you. Thanks. We're going for it, guys. 6 years! Ooh! That's bad, buddy. We're getting really old. Welcome back, Rex. Yeah, we're getting really old, Ant. Jeez, can this YouTube stuff take off already so we can meet in person? You know? Heaven forbid that one of us pegs it before then. Zandri Dust. We've got this. Flayed One Flesh. Could we use that for highlights? Oh. But what highlights? Where's my towel gone? That's not Zandri on the top. Zandri's the bottom part of the gun. That's Oh no, that's Zandri with ink. Ah, okay. So, Flayed One Flesh could be the highlight, or I could just mix the highlight. Ah, yeah, Grex, the shorts. Yeah, it's really nice because I get a chuckle out of making them. It amuses me that I make what the result is, and the fact that they're resonating is really nice. And also, I make a point of unchecking notify subscribers, so I don't spam subscribers with them. It's kind of like me trying to reach out in internet world to find people who like the model stuff that I like. You know, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's like a tool. Some people how I responded is like, I said, hey, look, in your defense, I totally understand how you can draw that conclusion, but I see it more like a tool that the models I've assembled and painted, I can see them moving, and also any ways they change are possible kit bash ideas, and also the colors get changed and I get different painting ideas. I didn't explain it. I didn't mention about how I struggle finding color schemes, but that's what I said. Like I just said, hey, look, I understand how you can think that, but it's useful. Yeah, because I mean, like, their point isn't illegitimate. Like, I'm not a fan of AI slop. I'm not. And so, you know, like, that's where I'm coming from. That it's something that I can't do, but then I get to see, you know. And it's like a little treat. Like, it's loading, and then when you first see it, it's like a little, I don't know. It's just a nice little moment in my day. So yeah, hopefully that comes across. So yeah, I've been enjoying that a lot. It amuses me. Right, so we've got Zandri Dust, we've got Flayed One Flesh. We're definitely going to need Tau Ochre because I think his trousers are Tau Ochre. Tau ochre highlights, however, they're just a brown for the trousers. Okay, and they're strong highlights. So if we go, let's go. We've not used it. Skeleton contrast. We can use that one on the Zandri. All I need is a light brown. Sorry, a dark brown, and preferably Tau ochre. Hang on, he's here somewhere. Oh, on the plus side, I found another Reichland. Oh, Skag brown. Okay, I'll take it. It's almost Tau ochre. I'll take that. That's fine. I will totally take that. No, I show you now. I can show you now, Grex. No. I do that right now. Let me just. I'm going to carry you out to the kitchen. I just want to make sure like there's nothing embarrassing, like a pair of pants on the floor or something. Hang on a second. Let me just. Okay. All right. Yeah. If I'm smart about this, I can do it. Hang on a second. Okay. Right. So this is just cupboard. I'll move you over here a little bit. I just want to show you this. I've got my Cornwall flags. Hey, Cornwall, Cornwall. If you don't know what that flag means, it's fine. I'm just going to point you at the floor. Because there's photos of the kids and stuff up. Oh, jigsaw, breakfast jigsaw with the kids. Here we are. So we got this one. So I got this one thrown in. Absolute bargain. All the big robots, which is lovely. And then here's the Crux Terminatus. So I can build another variant of this. And what's really good, on this sprue, you get like 3 or 4 different combi weapon options. And I'm just going to use the combi weapons on regular Terminators. And you can just say they're Stormbolters, but it's just a nice little change, nice little addition. This guy I'm super excited about. This was one of the main ones. That guy. I don't know if that banner is painted on or if it's like standout one. If it is, then he's going to be an Ultramarine Bannerman. I'm fine with that. Like my faction could be oh, did you see my feet? Sorry. Yeah, sorry. My legs, basically my legs are rotting. So sorry if you saw my feet. Yeah, I shouldn't have shown that. Yeah, they're pretty hard on the eye. Chaplin, I've got another variant for him. He's currently Stormbolter and the other, no, not that more, I think. But there's variation. And then we've got Terminator Squad, Assault Terminator Squad, sorry, and the regular squad. However, what I don't know is, I need additional shoulder pads, which I think I get. But what I need to know is how the Assault sprue measures up. So you get the Assault. So the claw mounts straight onto the Power Fist. That works well. So I might be able to get Lightning Claws and Thunder Hammers out of the same sprue. Amazing. Right, we're going to go back now. Let's keep the feet out of it this time. But yeah, totally made my Christmas, Grex. Totally made my totally made my Christmas. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, there we go, we're back. Nice little jaunt. Oh, the chapter detail is freehand. Okay, good. So he can be just like, it can be like generic banner, right? Generic banner. That's really good news. I was right there. Why didn't I just check it? I'm not going to go back. It's fine. Okay. But yeah, just waiting for it to arrive was lovely. So yeah, really, really appreciate that. So it's ink and then Zandri. Okay, so they've been inked. So let's start getting the layers on. I'm going to go Zandri. The issue I have, Rex, okay, so I've got 2 big issues. This is painting logistics. Now, I apologise if this is a bit boring, but it's bloody interesting to me for some reason. I had paints in boxes, and I wasn't utilising them. And what I think my problem is that I've got a lot of the cheapo paint sets, so I think I've got a lot of duplicates. But I wasn't looking into these pots and boxes, so I've put everything there in the attempt that I can kind of, as I'm painting, organize color schemes and start putting them in positions together, like Tyranid paint scheme, Orc paint scheme, maybe over here. And then the other idea is that I could maybe use them as supports for my shelves. But then I thought, if I make them into towers and I need one, then I've got to kind of remove supports to the shelves. So, yeah. Yeah, I just showed it. Yeah, it arrived. It completely arrived, Avocado. The other nice thing is, yesterday was quite an exciting day, because the other thing that arrived is I bought, during an Amazon sale, a 90% off 4-monitor display stand thingy. So the theory being that I might be able to organize a bit of space for a board, because I'm going to turn one of those monitor mountings horizontal and put a bit of wood on it. So maybe it could be a gaming board that sits above my desk. Maybe. I don't know for sure, but I thought about the possibility. Wood! Greco, how dare you? No, I've not considered wood, actually. How very dare you, sir? How very dare you? Huh? I mean, like, you might as well just say, how long have you been a criminal? How dare you suggest such a thing? Wood! Come on. Yeah, I know I live in Finland, and yeah, we have loads of wood. Loads of trees, loads of forests, loads of sustainable economy. But timber here is expensive. So no. I haven't considered shelves. I should get some shelves. I don't even know where to start. Bull! Standard bearer, way back. Why didn't I kit bash a standard bearer? We've been trying to do some wet blending. There's some wet blended. I know it might look it, but it's not all the same shade. But I was trying to go for no big jumps. No big jumps on gradient. But apart from the face is the old gradient. Yeah, you are, Bull. You're the only green name in here. It's who is it? It's the game dev that forgot. That I will never mention because I want them to continue forgetting. There's you, Ven, and my wife. So I'm not surprised you're the only green name in here. Well, the reason they're here is they're looking at my Shelf Majesty, and they're taking top tips from my highly organised paint storage. So I'm not surprised there's more people watching. Like, frankly, you know, I mean, look at this shelving. The only issue I have is that there might be a mini of the month in that box. I don't remember, and it's taped. I think I put it in there temporarily, and then sellotaped it later. So there might be one in there. That's the only other issue that I currently have. Right, I need a nice, semi-nice paintbrush for Zandri. Oh, I'm going to add an ink to the Zandri dust because their heads have this quite a big flat area. So we're going to ink the Zandri. Check out the load-bearing dreadnought. Watch this. We discovered this yesterday. Huh? Look at that. I'm being tentative there. I know it's only a paintbrush, but still, that kind of pressure would have forced him out if he was just sitting there. So yeah, he's doing good work. I will have to pull him out at some point to redo that secondhand model paint job on him. The answer to that is Chaos is no. No, I don't. It's a treasure hunt to find the right colours I'm after. I would like to say yes, but it's just not the case. Load-bearing dreadnought. It makes me... I didn't think I could like box noughts anymore, but it turns out you can. Now, the biggest problem with Tau is you have to keep them relatively clean. Well, you don't have to, actually. But what I don't want, I want to not have streaks in my paint. That's what I don't want. But I don't want to add too much ink that it starts diving down these recesses like a dirty little rodent. So that's what I don't want. Oh, loads, Grex, loads. It takes a big old chunk. Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, it took like 30+% without even a little kiss. Didn't even buy me flowers. It just took it. Just took it and ran. Yeah, it's pretty bad, Grex. Yeah, it's high. Yeah, it bugs me because the ad revenue is so low it barely even factors. Well, it doesn't factor, frankly. But yeah, the chunk is like it's a big old. It's a tough one to swallow, frankly. Because I know they're hosting the servers and everything, but you know, one big YouTube channel will cover all us little guys. You know what? I might do something with these other squares. I might just leave them Xandrian ink. Ooh, I might just do that, actually. A sticker on... I love the idea of load-bearing Dreadnought. How on earth do you even produce a T-shirt? It would have to be a cheap T-shirt. I'm not... If I ever... No. Because with clothing, right, I own, like, precisely 2 outfits. One at home and one for outside. And I wear them until they fall apart. I might have variations, like, of the same T-shirt, but I don't like... False economies where clothing thrives. Because you get... You know, you could buy, like, 200 euro shirt, one stain, one bit of gravy, and it's done. So I think false economy clothing is amazing. Because I'll just go and buy, like, 8 of the same T-shirt. So if we had a load-bearing Dreadnought T-shirt, it would have to be cheap. Super cheap. How many, Sam? It's the blue tack. It's the blue tack. It's the bloody great thing about blue tack is I don't get upset if it's low. I don't get intimidated if it's high. I never know. So unless I have a moment of weakness and I ask someone to tell me, then yeah, Grex gets it. Yeah, it's yeah. The moment you stop caring, because no one else is looking at your clothes, no one else who matters is looking at your clothing and judging you appropriately. As long as you don't stink and your clothes aren't full of holes. Hey, Grex, I can go one further than that, right? So back when I was a nomad around Spain, right, I had my favourite T-shirt, right? Favourite T-shirt. I bought it in Sweden. I forget the name of the shop, but I never found a comfier T-shirt, and I wore it for years until it fell apart on me. That I ignored my whole rule on that one, and I still have it. I still have it in a box. That T-shirt and the cap that I always wore all around Spain when I was just wandering around. I still got it, and I'm going to put it in a frame one day, without a doubt. Yeah, cheap clothes, guys. Cheap clothes. You don't need to try and dress. If you're trying to dress fancy, either it's like super comfy and you like it, but if you're trying to look fancy for other people, it's no different to like having a super gleaming social media profile, you know, like you're trying to present yourself in the best possible way. Who are you trying to impress? Who are you doing it for? If you're not doing it for you, then you might be making a mistake. I'll take comfy over looks fancy every time. Give me comfy clothes. That's the way to go. I love comfy clothes. One thing I like is I like buying like triple XL clothes for my around the house comfy clothes. I love baggy clothes. 100+ on shoes. Yeah, what kind of shoes, you know? Do they pay you compliments whilst you're walking around? Why would you need 100? Although, for shoes, I feel like shoes you could go a little bit more. I tend to find myself looking at military boots, because I figure, like, if army people, military people could walk around all day in them, then maybe I can too. So I do find myself shopping for military boots. But as it's winter, I've got these wintry boots that are really cheap, and it just feels like you're walking around all day in slippers outside. It's lovely. I love winters for that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too good at buying shoes. The last pair of boots I had, turned one of my toenails black, but I was too stubborn to take them off, to stop wearing them. I was like, I paid for these boots. I'm going to get a year out of them, regardless of what it does to my toenail. Ah, yeah, but that's different, isn't it? Sneakerheads, it's more of a hobby thing, right? It's more of a hobby thing, I think. Ah, bugger. You see that? It went into the recess. That's the first one. Okay. Ironically, it looks like part of the detail, that little dot. So I'm going to leave that. What are we on the hour? Right, I'm just going to go drop a short because I've got a new theory. I got a new theory, guys. Shorts when I'm asleep and shorts when I am streaming. That's what I'm thinking. That's my new plan. I'm going to test it out. Just a second, guys. This is really fast. Okay, good. Right, done. Sorry about that. Done. First time I've tried that during a stream. That was relatively painless, right? Yeah, how stubborn I am, right? So I kept a pair of work shoes. So when my other shoes fell apart, rather than go out and buy a new pair of shoes, I just walked around in my work shoes. So I was walking around in my steel toe caps. But I just don't feel like clothes are all that necessary. Oh no. Hey, was that deliberate? Wasn't it 87 years that Ripley was in stasis between Alien and Aliens? Am I right? Ah! If someone's got a browser, but can you punch that in and tell me if I'm right? I think it was 87 years. That's a memory win if that's right. Why do I feel so sure that that's how long she was in stasis? I feel like it is. I'll wait for a confirmation. Ah, piss. 30 years out. Shame on you, table. It would have been good if it was right, though. Your heels? Is it something to do with your stride? How's your posture? Beautiful. Although that's looking a little streaky. I think I'm going to keep adding ink to... it will get progressively darker. However, it will stop it from going all cruddy on me. Oh, so it's good stride. Ah, okay. So, Bull, your stride's fine. It's not a problem. It's wearing the heel out because you've got a good stride. No, turns out, Bull, that it's a positive. That's just how shoes wear out if you've got good stride. Why does this feel too watery? Let's put a bit more Xandri in that splat. And I'm going to take a smaller brush. No, I'm not going to take a smaller brush, actually. That's the thing about smaller brushes. Like, yeah, you get more precision, but you're there forever and a day with coverage. So it's always a little bit of a dilemma which one to use for me. I find myself second guessing. Oh, that's a full-on nugget of paint on there. You going to come out? Just rolling it. There we go. We got it. Let's just put you over there. Did we lose Sammy already? Did he just put... Sammy, are you still there? Good job, Grex. Yeah, wet palette. It's gonna absolutely change the way you paint. 100% change the way you paint. It won't feel like a massive manic sprint to paint before your paint dries. It's so good, Grex. Yeah, good choice. It's such a... Yeah. And also, if you don't want to buy their specific bits of paper to paint on, you know how you get a few in a pack and they look all nice in a little plastic sleeve. You can just use baking paper. Baking paper does the same job. Look, I've got baking paper on mine. It's just baking paper. Just cut out a piece of baking paper the right size. Does the same job. So you don't have to buy their specific bits of paper. There's Table's top tip for the day. Oh, hang on. What's a B-Lyle? What's a B-Lyle? This coverage is starting to look a little iffy. Maybe it's because I'm not letting it dry. Oh, yeah, that's a good model. Yeah, I like him. Yeah, he's a nice model. Especially, he's going to look great because you've got the old Liney Johnson, haven't you? So you're going to have them together. That's a good choice. And then you get the opportunity to expand into Deathwing Knights. All of those are really tasty. Yeah, they're all super tasty. It was you who had Lion, wasn't it, Greco? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. Do you have your greens worked out for your Dark Angels? I don't have my greens worked out at all. I haven't got a clue. I was considering. Because I noticed Army Painter sent me a box. So we were talking on a stream about Dark Angel color schemes, right? That about an hour after the stream ended, I got an email from Army Painter saying, "Hey, you can buy this pack for €30, and it's got you can paint Dark Angels with it." And I was like, "Were they listening? How did they know? How did they know that I was talking about that?" But I don't think Army Painter paints on their own would do it. I think you've got to if you bought the set, you'd have to cut them with some greens from GW for pigment, I think. Unless the new Army Painter colours, which I've never used, they might be a lot better. But the Game Master ones, is it Game Master? Is that the name? Game Master ones, the old ones, they're a little bit shy on pigment. Yeah, I think, you only need one, as an honor guard sort of thing. Oh, wouldn't that be a revelation? Wouldn't that be a revelation? Because I know that from what I read, Warhammer They don't take applications for sponsors. They invite you. What a twist! That's a M Night Shyamalan's twist. That would be. Oh god, that would be so funny. Oh, I'd laugh a lot at that. Yeah, that would be so good. And the amount of times I've called you a son of a bitch. Oh, what a twist! Although maybe Sammy being a rep would be really good as well, because for some reason I thought Semi was a 10-year-old boy from Bangladesh, and when I mentioned it, he was like, "No, I'm not." So I just made it up. Yeah, but that's correct. That's what someone who is would say. You know, you're trying the old double bluff. You know, the double tricks. Yeah, see, Rex gets it. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You screwed yourself over there. We're on to you now. We got you. Oh, I've done it again. I've gone into a recess. Crisis mode. You can't get away with it with Tau. You have to address it. Because if you go in one, it shows so much. I'm really having to build up these layers to get it back up to... Genius. Q-tips are cotton buds, right? I'm sorry, I've got to get my English-American translator. Q-tips are cotton buds? Can someone let me know if that's right? Yeah, okay. That is a great idea. I'm going to have some of those on hand for the next era. I tell you what, if I do it again and if I have to clean it out with a brush, I'll go get some. I'll go grab some from the other room. Okay, so we're going to do that bit. Torso. If I remember right, all of the armor got Xandried. Where's my towel? There he is. So some of it stays inked, some of it gets painted, because the gun is just left as ink. Okay, so how about we do ourselves a favour and we leave the torso just ink? You know? Now the shoulder pads. His shoulder pad is neither Xandri nor... what do you call it? However, his leg ones, which are similar in shape... Okay, we're going to go for similar but not the same. So the shoulders will be white, have white on them, and be the other colour. But the legs will be Xandri. Okay. The load-bearing dreadnought is... And the thing is, I've got more dreadnoughts. So maybe I could solve... That could be the next area. That looks like load-bearing dreadnought, but I'll need one underneath as well. Ooh, maybe. You know what? I think I've got... Yeah, I think we might be onto something there. Shall I go crack out the dreadnoughts, guys? Okay, all right. Let me just use the paint on this brush, and I will do both of those things. I'll get cotton buds, and I'll deliberately fluff it up and then solve it. We'll do a test, and I'll grab the other dreadnoughts. Although the only issue is I think a lot of them... Oh, hang on. 3 of them are in chemicals. I can't use those. I think I've got 2 others, but I don't think they have arms. We'll figure out. If I can find 2, I can do what I was saying. Okay, right. I'm going to go get them. Let's go. Let's give it a go. Long! Long, you can help me with time zones. Where are you in the States? Because I'm trying to figure out time zones. Because you American chappies don't half like a little bit of table. Right. Cotton buds and dreadnoughts. but still, that's 2 dreadnoughts, right? Come on, lads. Okay, so but I think the issue is I think that's maybe more than 1 dreadnought. But we can test it. Right, so I've got my cotton buds. Did we get the time zone, the US time zone thing? 3:45 a.m. here in Arizona. Hey, Arizona's that might actually be the first place I ever visit in the States. I've been invited there by a friend. I've never been to the States. Yeah, never been, but that might be the first place. Phoenix, Arizona, in fact. 5:45. Oh god, it's all early morning for you guys. Oh, but he's just got up, so it's a very early start. I love making up lore. Yeah, I love that. Right, so this is just, it was grey, but I just slapped a load of silver on there. It's not quite, it's obviously not finished. And then the other one, you can see how it sort of looks like one of my Terminators, but it's back during my didn't like gold phase. So this one's probably going to get changed. You can see I've magnetized the arms, but like an idiot, because it has, the arms already have, oh, this one's glued. Okay. It already has lugs on, right? So you can just swap the weapon, but I cut off the lug and then took the time to put a magnet in. It's so stupid. Why didn't I just leave the lug on? Why did I magnetize it? I know why, because this is the first one I got and I was super excited. But still, yeah, why did I do that? Okay, let's have a little test. No, you're not needed here. Okay, so we've got 2 on hand, 2 emergency dreadnoughts. So if the shells fail, we can fix that. Now, to make a mistake and use a cotton bud. Okay. Ah, this feels horrible making a deliberate mistake. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's all up in the recess. Okay, cotton bud time. Hey, that works a lot. Greco, you bloody little genius. That's way better than putting on loads of water and eating the paint. And also, it leaves the area dry so you can immediately go in and repaint. Okay, top tip there. Thanks, Grex. Use a cotton bud. If you go in a recess, use a cotton bud. Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, just use a cotton bud. Solved. Wish I'd thought of that sooner. That's another game changer right there. I never knew that. Why I didn't put 2 and 2 together is why I'm streaming painting. Because I wouldn't have learned it on my own. I'd be still eating paint. Do I ever miss RC? No, I don't miss it. They had their chance. I miss the fact that the game didn't take off. If it had gone super popular, I in turn would have got super popular as well. But then when the game fell apart, the channel would have fallen apart. It took me a long time to realise, but painting. So Warhammer's not like a game because I'm already always painting. I'm always going to be painting forever. I know that for a fact. I'm not leaving the hobby. So it's not like playing a game and doing the YouTubey stuff, because games can get popular and then you could find yourself in the terrible situation of playing a game you don't really want to play because it's popular. And I'm convinced that when you start doing that, you can hear it in their voice that they're not really having too much fun with it, that they're being forced to do it. So I've managed to circumvent all of those things with my hobbies, and I don't have to worry about anything like that. I can just do what I want. Oh, CIS. What's that? I tell you what's really nice, how these armor chunks on the legs look. I wish Tau armor looked a little bit more like this. The legs are really cool. But I tell you what I liked about RC was the build mechanic, because I'm not the smartest of guys, so it was simple to do, and I could make quickly what my brain was doing, so I was able just to quickly assemble things on at the speed that I was thinking it, if that makes sense. It was easy to do, you know. But no, I don't miss it. Had their chance. Like, how far back do we want to reach, you know? It was 2014, 2015 was the height of that. So, I miss boss mode. That was really nice. If I could be one faction only, to play in games or to paint? Because if it's to paint, it's a bit of an easy question, because it would most likely be someone that I would know my paint scheme for, you know. Besides conscript garden, oh, hang on, is it like if I could start an army, what would it be to play games? Okay, so if it's to play in games, well, to be honest, it would be my conscript guardsmen. Well, I would say Tyranids, but I don't have Terminators then, and I like robots too much to just do Tyranids. So with Imperium, you get Servitors and Tech Marines and Dreadnoughts and Terminators. So I know it's not going to be very exciting, but it might have to be Space Marines. But then I don't have Tyranids, and I really like Tyranids. Cotton buds to reapply paints. I don't see why not. Let's give it a go. Okay, I'm going to just pick up my cotton bud, and I'm going to put some paint on. The thing is, you have no control, but I tell you what, for anything bigger, yeah, you can put paint on with a cotton bud. I mean, it's going to suck up loads of it. You know what? It's not half bad. You know what? For big stuff, that could totally work. Yeah. You know what? And do you know what that might also help for? Flesh. Okay, so for a game to play, and I can't do conscript guard, I don't know, because I like the idea of massed artillery, I like the idea of cannon fodder, and I like the idea of easily terrified troops. But on a tabletop, I guess it would have to be Tyranids, because I like the idea of blopping spore mines on people and having them just float around the battlefield. But then again, I like the idea of Chaos Spawn going bonkers and attacking everyone, even friends. Oh, it's a toughie. I can't think of it. But as far as an army to paint, I would want, if I had free reign, it would be in 40k. It would be I would want to make Techno Barbarians. I'd want to go Techno Barbarians because I feel like there's a great opportunity for having like robot-y things and like go a little bit Mad Max with it, because you've got all of those Necromunda Mad Max game versions where they're all in vehicles. So I thought that would be pretty ideal for Techno Barbarians. But then Old World, I'd like to go Old World. I'd have to go Bretonnians, because you get the starter set and it's either Bretonnians or the Egyptian Skellies. Now I like Skellies, but I don't like the Egyptian vibe. So it'd be a Bretonnian army. And then it would have to be Orcs and Goblins, because then I could get a Sons of Behemoth giant and proxy that as a skull. I believe it's a skull crusher gargant. So I think that's what I'd go. I think it's better than dry brushing, Grex. I think it might actually be better than dry brushing. Oh, yeah, I want to... You know what? That's a mold line. Oh, I have to clean it. I have to clean it even though I've just painted it. Where's my knife? That's a tough question, Rex, because they hit so different. That's quite a comment, Sammy. Jesus. Maybe that's how he feels about fantasy versus 40k. Maybe it's a phrase. We're going to need some clarification on that. Yeah. So, yeah, Cotton Bud. I think Cotton Bud for flesh will work. We can test it on another ogre, I think. Cotton Bud. So, Grex, you came up with this name. You came up with this idea. Have you got a name for it? What's the name for painting with a cotton bud? Q-tip slip? That's all right, Rex. I can relate. Don't worry, I can relate. No, it's not a running joke. He just plopped it out about eating maggots. He just plopped it out randomly. Unless I've forgotten. Oh, hey, look, there's a bit of flesh there. There's a bit of foot under there. I never knew that was the case. Oh, yeah, because it's a hoof, isn't it? So the heel's like... The heel shouldn't be this colour. The heel's actually... it could be fabric. So that could be the brown. Okay, I've saved myself painting that one. But that bit can stay. That might be flesh there, but I'm going to leave it as... Ah, I think I've done too much of that. Has everyone seen the Horus Heresy Angron? Out of interest. No, Sam. No. You don't have. Don't get defensive. You're in the right place, buddy. Don't. It's all right. No one's coming at you. We're just having a chat. No one's coming at you. Don't worry about it. You can talk. Don't feel you can't talk in here, because you can. All right? Just because we were all confused about the maggots line, we were running with it. We were trying to make up... I was trying to turn it into, like, some kind of idiom, and we're just making a joke about you've seen too much, you know? It's... Don't feel you don't have to talk. Yeah, that's a Warhammer TV. I'd watch that. But get this right. So I was going to subscribe for it because I wanted to get the special mini. And they were like, your country doesn't qualify for Warhammer TV, but you can still subscribe and get all the other stuff. And I was like, well, hang on. The animation is the primary reason, other than the mini of the month. Not the mini of the month, but the every mini of the year or whatever you call it. I don't know what it's called. There's a lot of good things about Skaven. Slave units and friendly fire. Yeah, that tickles me. Yeah, I love stuff like that. It most amuses me. But yeah, I don't have any Skaven. That's what I'm hoping. So when Greco finally reveals himself as a Warhammer exec, and that I've qualified for sponsorship, he can send me out a box of Skaven Tide, and then we can paint some Skaven. And then we can commit heresy and have them as 40k proxies. Right, I did more touch up on the leg again there. I messed up. Let's get in there and do that leg. Oh, no, Long. No Talmanta. No. It's resin. I can't do it to myself. I don't have the space, the money, the inclination. I'm not getting a Manta. Isn't the Manta the biggest model that Games Workshop do? Sam, I'm like any human being, right? I have the capability to be a right twat if I choose to. What I'm trying to do is I'm making the effort to be a nice person. In it, I feel like it's half of life. Just don't be a dick and that's half of life right there. Just be nice. The trouble is, it's a different playbook for some people. Some people go through their whole life just being a dick, and there seems to be no real repercussions for most of them most of the time. But just be nice. That's the main thing. I'd like to think that the Emperor. Yeah, I don't like the film. What was it? Ant-Man goes to the Wakandaverse or whatever it is. But they did my boy. Is it Murdoch? They messed him up, and I quite like how he looks as a big brainy head. But they ruined him. But the line, "Don't be a dick." It's a good life lesson. I feel like for some reason we're losing the ability to see things from other people's point of view. And the worst one is we're losing the ability to be able to talk about a topic and not get agitated about it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, can we just talk about a topic where I can play devil's advocate and be one side of it? I don't feel strongly about it, but I want the interesting chat. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we're losing that. Well, I've certainly lost it in my day-to-day. Like, yeah. Like, for example, if I said, "Oh, setting people on fire is fun," and they're like, "What? You like setting people on fire?" I was like, well, no, but I'd like to have a conversation to where maybe there's a time where setting someone on fire is okay. What could that be? Oh, no, you clearly like setting people on fire. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. Do you know? I know it's a terrible example, but I kind of, that's what I mean. If we all thought the same, it would suck a little bit. I like talking to people who are different than me. For example, all right, here's a tiny example of what I like. Take the cotton buds. My mind would not have put that together. And if it wasn't for this conversation, I wouldn't now know that, which has improved my day-to-day. See what I mean? On the subject of Skaven models, right, there is a model that really appeals to me, and that is the Rat Ogres. The Rat Ogres are pretty cool. I like how they kind of like a bit machiney with the old warpstone infusions. And I think there's a bigger version as well where it's like a big ogre giant rat, but it's got like a little teeny tiny rat stapled to him. I know that sounds weird. It exists. I've seen it, but I don't remember its name. But it's like a giant. It's like Master Blaster from the Mad Max film, but he's stapled to the bigger one rather than sitting on his back. If you've got that image in your head, that's pretty much what it is. I like Mad Max more now that I know about Techno Barbarians. Those films, I consider Mad Max a little bit like Warhammer lore. Like the movie Event Horizon, sure, that's an easy one, but I kind of consider Mad Max a little bit like, if it had more religion in it, it would be good, but it doesn't. But I kind of like would like it to be unofficial lore. I'm bugging myself a little bit. I'm gonna go find out the name of that rat, because then you can find out, and then it's not just me telling you about something. You can look it up for yourself. Hang on. Let's just go Skaven Warhammer. I'll find it. It's not the spearhead one, I don't think. It's not Hell Pit. It's not Storm Fiends. Okay, yeah. Okay, that was dangerous that I looked actually. Brute Terror, Storm Fiends. Okay, so there's the Rat Ogres, which I knew about. They're cool, right? And then there's Storm Fiends, which I never knew about. They're like more, but the one I meant is called a Brood Terror. It's a Brood Terror, and if you look at it, it's like giant rat monster with little tiny rat monster stapled to his face, and I love that. I think that looks amazing. So yeah, turns out Skaven do have some tasty models. Well, yeah, I know you should do that. If there was a way to paint Skaven relatively quickly, say you made an effort with the faces. Okay, so what I'm thinking with my orcs, right, is that I make an effort with the flesh, and then with the clothing and the armor, it's just color then a ink, right? That's what I'm thinking with my orcs. And so with Skaven, you could follow a similar issue. Like, make an effort with the face, but then ink the rest. And then when they're... But I would want to have them in Old World, though. I'd want them to have them all rank and file. But those new Sigma ones, you couldn't have them... You couldn't have them rank and file. They would not. They're too dynamic. Yeah, airbrush... Yeah, airbrush is not possible. Airbrush would need a friggin' house upgrade to get a room and the space to airbrush it. It's not possible. Airbrushing is, if you see me with an airbrush in a video, right, guys, then you can be like, you know what, we don't need to worry about table. Table's good, right? If you see me airbrushing a Sons of Bahamut giant with a new camera, you don't need to worry about me at all. All right, let's just say that. So no, airbrush is out. Makeup sponge is okay, but the thing with makeup sponge is that it looks like sponge. But you could do Horde Skaven. I think you could do it the same way I'm going to do my orcs. Concentrate on a bit, the faces, and then go from there. That's what I think. I think it's doable. The issue is, how could I represent slaves in my Skaven army? Like, not that I've got one. I don't know a single Skaven. I did have some Plague Monks at one point, but I sold them. But who would you have as slaves? I guess you could, like, modify... I guess it would be like Imperial, like Fanatics, Empire Fanatics, or something like that, or Flagellants or something. You could have those as... Maybe you could have those as slaves. Although, they don't have to be human slaves. You could use any Warhammer faction, I guess. No. No, I used to... The only dabble I've done is I was using it to do hazard stripes, but a brush gives it to me, and the sponge was hitting... It wasn't precise enough. I was hitting too many edges and surfaces and having to redo them, so I just switched to a brush, and it's been fine. That's the only sponge stuff I've gone with. But I think, again... You know, I do have a giant. Not a Sons of Bahamut giant, the kind of smaller giant. But if I crack that out, but then I don't know what square base they go on. It's the same issue with the ogres. But I think sponge for flesh is the way to go. I think that could work a lot. We'll try that. You know what? I can do it on my ogres. They're small enough for a sponge. Maybe we could just do that. Right, that leg in there's done. The question is, do I even need to do any more? Maybe a part on the gun. So the towers, the top bit's done, and the gauntlet's done. But so maybe if I do the gauntlet, yeah, I'll do the gauntlets only. And then I think that's enough of this one. If I do the gauntlet, maybe I could do this bit as well here. Yeah, Grex, I agree. I think that's what it is. I think large module, it could even, dare I say it, it could even be a winner for being able to paint large flat surfaces, because the sponge will give you a certain amount of... Oh, we've got a cotton bud moment. Whoop, whoop. Cotton bud, in you go. Okay, it didn't get it out. Okay, it was too dry. Cotton bud limitations. Ah, blast. Maybe if I wet it. I think it's too dry now. It's too dry. I'm going to put a bit of ink in there. What I need to do is... Oh, that mould line. I got to clean it. I can't leave it. Right, as I was saying, I need to use this this paint before it goes. Oh, it's already going. I'm going to put some more ink in it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you clean off mold lines. You just take a moment to do it. You'll just... It will pay off forever. You'll never have to look at it again. You just stop what you're doing and make a little bit of effort to clean them off, and then it's just done. It's gone. And you never need to see your painted model on a tabletop with a glaring big mold line on it. And that's why you do it. Future you will thank you for it. This is not... Oh, cotton bud moment. It's not perfect. I wiped off most of the paint there and it's still in the recess. Cotton bud's got some limitations, guys. It's got some limitations. That's the second one that's failed me, because the paint is getting a little bit dry. I think we found the limitation there. When the paint starts to get a little bit dry, cotton buds might not be helping us out. Oh, I've got another one. Come on, cotton buds, redeem yourself. Okay. That one was okay. I can accept that. Yeah, yeah, there's definitely a line. Even that one, I can still see it in there. The trouble is, the cotton bud annihilates all the paint off the nearby surfaces. I don't need to paint that bit. Okay, well, I'm painting it now. Grex, can you hear it in my voice? I'm leaning a little bit away from cotton buds. Maybe cotton bud and a little bit of ink, but then I've got to, all those extra times I've got to open the pot up. Oh no, where was it? Where was the problem? Oh, there, that one. Yeah, water. Ugh. I think there's some finesse to it. I think it's a me issue. I think cotton buds work. I think it's just a case of me getting to grips with it. Although I don't like how it takes off all of the paint and the surrounding surface. I think it's got legs though, as something that's useful. I think it's yeah, I think it's definitely got some uses. So we do that bit, and then maybe I'll just do a couple more bits on here. The point of doing it like this and leaving some ink is save yourself a little time and concentrate. The idea was to like concentrate on the areas that I've painted, and overall be less painting, but you make more of an effort with it. That's what I was going for with this. Oh, that's a bit fiddly, that bit in there. I'll just do a little bit of token. Tiny bit of token paint in there. You can, Grex. There's no time limit on it. You can put it in the Discord. In fact, Discord's open for exactly that reason. I can just look over my shoulder and I can see what's been posted. And then I'll inevitably get up and have a look, and there'll be a pause in the stream whilst I go and have a little butchers. Yeah, never don't think you can. You can always post in there. That doesn't matter. Oh, so you didn't even glue them? Well, I'd be interested to see that alone. I think we're talking about Kill Team models here. Is that right? Have I got that right? Have I remembered that right? Is it Kill Team models? Thanks, Rex. Ooh! Yeah, I'm going to go have a look. I knew it! I knew it! As soon as I turned around. I did say... Hang on a second. Let's have a look. Here we go. Is that the first one ever? Rex, is that your first ever model? Oh, dude, I'm so happy that's on record. First ever model. Nice job. How did you feel? How was the experience? There's a little bit of... well, that's the thing, Grex. So, if you're looking at the model and you're like, oh yeah, I can do better, that's because in painting that model, you've improved, right? So that's a very natural feeling to feel. And now the only thing with painting, I know you didn't ask for advice, I'm going to give this little gem, is you're only trying to improve upon that model. Don't worry about anyone else and how good or bad they paint. All you're trying to do is one up that model you've just painted. You're only in competition with yourself. So, but that's your first model, dude. Keep that forever. Never, ever, ever lose it. It's such a gem. Ah, yes, Freds. Well, who are you? Are you? Who are you? We've had to be a bit secretive with it. I'm sure we can figure something out. But kindly explain who you are. Do you happen to be a 10-year-old boy from Bangladesh? Have we met before? Grex, if you ever feel like you're going to get rid of that model, don't. Don't put it in a bin. Don't repaint it. Just don't do it to yourself. Keep it forever. That's your first one. In fact, you might even want to just paint underneath the base first. You know, if it finds itself in an army, you might forget which one it is. Thanks, Grex. Honestly, I have no idea if it will or not, to be honest. I have no clue. Man, I'm having trouble not thinking about the creator camp thing. I don't think I've made it. If I'm honest, guys, I don't think I've made it. I think the people who know already know at this point. I don't think we've made it. Do we want to do a bit of the backpack? Yeah, I know, and I know that's what the attitude I should have, and I know enough to preempt that I'll feel this way. But what I haven't done is I haven't super duper lined up something else. I've got nothing else going on. I've just doubled down. I think double down on the painting, and continue to have fun. That's what I'll do. I think this is 100% the wrong surface I should be painting with this. I think this should be left as ink. That's definitely the wrong surface to paint. Let's just try that with my t-shirt. How did Venno hand out the links to people? Did he send it direct through Discord? I don't know. We'll have to ask Ven. Don't worry, Freds. We'll sort you out. We might have to wait for Ven to figure that out, but we can figure that out at some point for you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's be a bit more positive. So I'm in a really nice place, right? In a really nice place. We're getting stuff completed. Like only yesterday, we got these two completed. We're getting models completed. We've got the 100 minis goal for May 6th. We've got the monthly miniature of the month painting that. I'm in a nice place in that. I'm trying to find the time to be able to assemble stuff, and like the impulse buy instinct has gone from buying stuff, which is good. I'm under control, so there's a lot of pluses. We've done 35 hours of live streaming so far out of the 1,000. So there's a lot of positives. Like you're right. Stick positive. Keep having the fun. I saw no link appear, if that helps. There's quite a lot of detail on these, even though they're quite simple. There's a lot of bits and bobs, and you have to be careful with those lines. I thought I'd be further along with this now, to be honest. I thought I'd be done with the... I did kind of forget about the backpack. If we maybe just leave that as the last bit and say that's enough. Oh, 3D prints! We were just talking about potentially you. We were saying we all need a friend who's super into 3D printing that we can buy our bits off. Are you super into the hobby, or is it kind of amateur stuff? Because I'm definitely looking for terrain as well. Because I want to put terrain in my little shorts as well. What do you 3D print for starters? Let's start there. What do you 3D print before we put too much pressure on you? Yeah, and Fred's, it's really easy to replicate because it's Xandri Dust, Agrax Earthshade, and then Xandri Dust back on, and it already gives you so many layers. It already kind of has a nice feel to it. Took me ages to decide on the color scheme. Took me a long time to figure it out. It's always a slow process for me and figuring out the colors. But the good news is that you can bake. The reason I went for it is because there's a Xandri Dust base coat. So you just base coat them in Xandri Dust, and that's a lot of the work done. So that's tabletop tips. Sounds lovely, Fred. Sounds like you're really into it. I am gonna just do, as we've got a little bit of this left on the palette, I'm gonna do these bits only. Just here. That one and this one. Just to break up that bit a little bit. Ooh. Ooh. Yeet. Hey, no mistakes. Hey, I know I've probably jinxed it, but there's been no more recess mistakes too recently, has there? Thanks for doing the Discord invite, Rex. I really, really appreciate that. Oh, we've got a little bit of a recess issue there. It's okay. I jinxed it. I mentioned it, didn't I? I jinxed it. Oh, very last bit, and there's a recess issue. What's it? Ah, yeah, here's a question, because I've got that bucket of old Warhammer, old Marines, and my Dreadnoughts sitting in a tiny bit of paint stripper and some cleaning fluid, and they've been in there about 4 months, and the paint's not come off. How do you strip paint? How do you strip paint off plastic models? That's a good question. So while you're doing that, I'm going to ink this mistake, and then I'm going to just nip to the loo. That's definitely not the same brown I was using, so I'll just do it the same. No, I'll leave it. Right, that's drying. You go there for a second, thank you. I'll be right back, guys. Won't be long. Hey, Fred. Fred, here's a question that I don't know the answer to. Are 3D printers noisy? Sorry guys, got a technical difficulty. My mic hasn't turned off. My Discord turned off. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hi guys, appreciate the patience. Sorry about that. I'm going to share something that's rather exciting to me. Something that is lovely. So, the channel, right? So this isn't me getting obsessed with sub count again. I've managed to solve that issue long ago, but since I think it was maybe the summer of 2015. The channel hit just over 35,000 subs, right? That was the highest point. So if we say generously, it was 2015, not 2014. And then from 35, it descended to what it currently is now. So it's been a slow decline, right? Which is fine. If anything, it was helpful because it helped me like rid myself of that stress of sub count. And then since October, what's been happening is it's been going up and down, not zero, so like -3, +2, -3. And then as of last weekend, we're now back for the first time since 2015, going back up. So we've actually gone up +15. So this is the first time it said plus since 2015. Can you hear me smiling? It's really nice. It happened Sunday morning. I woke up and I was super animated about it. Fred's in the Discord? Fantastic. Yeah, it is. To me, it's like really nice. It's a really... Let's get some Skag Brown going. That's Skag Browns. But yeah, it's really nice. It's... Because I felt like maybe it's like really old accounts, because we've been around for donkey's years, so maybe YouTube's just... I don't think it's people actively leaving. I think it's just YouTube unsubbing old accounts, or there may very well be people leaving as well, but I don't think it's the entirety. So to actually be in the plus shows activity, which is really nice. Really nice. That's way too much Skag Brown for this guy. Let's just leave it at that. So I'm going to add some ink. I'm going to add what's to hand. I'm going to add some sepia to it. One of them's on 30,000 Grex. Yeah, so it's yeah, how I see those, right? So when I upload a short, I don't have a schedule or anything, and I upload them loads, but I don't notify subscribers because that's not how I see them. They kind of like jump out into the internet world, and it's my way of being like, hey, like I'm here. But people see them, and people have subscribed because of them, and conversations are occurring because of those. So I think they're invaluable for that reason alone, let alone all the others. Like, conversations are occurring because his feet are a different colour to Zandri, but they are very similar to Zandri. It's the cloth that's the brown. So maybe the bottom of those feet need to be something else. But it's really nice, Grex. It's really, really nice. It's a nice feeling. But yeah, like, everything's up. Apart from ad revenue. Ad revenue hasn't changed, but everything else is great. That's what I've been doing this stream first of all. First time I've tried it. So I put one up when I started, and then at each hour increment I put one up. And then the idea is that I'll put some up whilst I'm sleeping, because then I've got something to look forward to check when the stream ends, and I've got something to look forward to when I wake up. That's the thing. Because I've got to entertain myself as well. You know, it's got to be fun for me. So, and I like the idea of getting up and checking, and it being a nice little surprise. This isn't even the difficult part. The difficult part is going to be the edge highlights. But I've done it before, I can do it again. Plus it will be great practice. Now, these little wiggly buggers, these ones are tough, because they've got that little wiggle jiggle in them. Ever so slight little. Although, the last time I painted these towel was even before the live streaming, so it would seem that maybe, just maybe, those hours are paying off with the painting. I am getting that feeling. I'm getting the feeling there's less mistakes going on. Yeah, I'm still making mistakes, but think about how many times I've just been chatting away and the painting's just occurred without mistakes. I think I'm definitely making less mistakes. Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, I think that is the case. That I can just absent-mindedly paint and talk, and that there's less mistakes going on. I don't even think about the stream anymore. The blue tack was the winner for that. The blue tack was a total game changer. Just never check. There we go. Easy peasy. Ah, that's another interesting thing. Paint pens. Yeah, they're a relatively new thing from what I can tell. But paint pens, yeah. Paint pens are really... They seem quite interesting. I kind of want to leave that one a different colour, but now, as we've had the success with the... Yeah, I'm just going to paint it. It's fine. That one, you know what? Let's do that one too. Beautiful. Now that's fabric under the arm as well, so that will be this colour too. It's going to be a bit fiddly to get in there, but I don't think I need to downgrade the brush size. Oh, bit close that bit. Not a mistake though, just a bit tight. That bit might not be able to get to it. Let's try. Hey, not too shabby. Under there. Oh, good enough. Ah, there's some. Ah, there's the whole other side of the arm. What are you going to do when you wake up, Grex? Sometimes you just can't wake up. I call that groggy when I feel groggy. So we've had a mistake there. We've gone a bit on the gun, but that's easy to fix. Bear in mind, I am using a massive brush for this. Absolutely massive brush. Ooh. I'm going to read that one out. I'm glad I stumbled into channel table. Nice group of people. We're just here to share and enjoy, not compete. Oh no, we're not. No. I'm not competitive. You're gonna get. I like my catchphrases, and you're only competing with yourself with painting. It's the same way I feel about with exercise. Although with exercise, my favourite catchphrase is "I'm just trying to impress the guy in the mirror." I love that saying. I love it. It's so good. But yeah, I like the idea of being background listening or background watching. I like that a lot, because it would be nice if it was a two-way street. Because you're a little bit like background reading, like I'm painting and I'm chatting. It's I don't know why that works so well, why it's so nice, but it is. So thanks, man. Appreciate that. I do ramble a little bit, but yeah, I go off on little tangents, but it's tough. Like if you want my brain, basically my brain is that paint pot pile. That's basically how my mind works. It goes a little bit off track. I can't help it. It's just how I am, you know. It's just how I'm wired. You just have to kind of accept these things. Right back at you, Grex. Right back at you, buddy. Okay, that's that done. I think that works. I'm not going to clear the mold line on the fabric. I think I can get away with it, and I think I'll do more damage in there with a blade. Yay! I love... Oh, you son of a bitch! No! Oh, man! You just got on the live stream and you did that to me. You did me dirty there. Oh man, that is, you son of a bitch. How dare you? Oh, you got no. Ah, you got me. Ah, that was a good one. You totally got me with that. Yeah, it's yeah, it looks good. Yeah, it's really good. Not jealous at all. Not jealous at all. Well played, sir. Well played. You got a laugh out of me as well, so even better. It's good. Have you designed it to stack, or you can angle it? Because yeah, it's organized, but it's going to take a lot of. I'm going to refer to it now as horizontal space on your work surface. Some of that horizontal space real estate. What side is the white bit? Hang on, let me look. So the logo and the bottom piece. Okay. But I'm going to do this little bit brown and then the rest white. I think it will look quite tasty. I think Tau would definitely benefit, certainly the vehicles. You could argue maybe not the infantry, but the vehicles certainly would benefit from dry brushing, I reckon. Oh, I managed it. I went over those tiny little... Those lines in between on vents are pretty difficult. Two for two. Here we go. Hey. Nice job. No mistakes. Okay, I'm starting to think, guys. I'm starting to think that the 1,000 hours painting Ascension thing is real. I'm starting to think it might be a thing, just based on the lack of mistakes realization in today's stream. I think that, like an aspiring chaos worshipper, I might ascend. There might be an ascension. I'm just surprised with the lack of mistakes. I hadn't even thought about that. Core XY. Oh no, Troll's Teeth is in the pile somewhere. Let's get the... Oh, hang on. What's he saying? Designs, you can see the print. Yeah, well, I think paint wrecks and paint pots is a good way to go. This sounds like there's something inside. Now, it's got a black... What's left of a black smear, so I know there's a ball bearing, but it feels like the whole paint is moving around. Catch you later, Grex. Thanks again, buddy. I will catch you again sometime soon. Weekdays it's this time. Weekends it's evening time. I'll catch up with you sometime soon, hopefully. This is ruined. Look at the state of that in there. Can you see that? But there are some ball bearings in there as well. Thanks again, Grex. Catch you later, bud. I'm going to look for the Troll's Teeth. The trouble is I only have one Troll's Teeth and I don't even know if it's in the pile. Oh! Yes! Look! Here! I don't know how I found it, but I think that's Troll's Teeth. No, that's not the one I was grabbing. It's there. Hey! Did you like the reveal? Purely accidental. But we got some Troll's Teeth. My Troll's Teeth is my new make whites more white mixer. It's useful. I don't know what it's called nowadays. I say it every time, but I don't know what it's called. This is old paint set. They were selling them off, like their old sets. They were like 70% off, so I figured, yeah, bargain. But they're a little bit shy on pigment. So they're, rather than a standalone paint, they're more of a enhancer. Right, I paused there because look how much white I've mixed for that. I've mixed that much white for a tiny bit. I can do the whites on all of them. There we go, I'll do that. I'm going to go smaller brush. Oh, tiny bit of white went on there, but you wouldn't even notice it. It even is so small, it looks like a highlight. Yeah, pigment. Pigment is the currency in which I measure paints. Yeah. If how many coats do I have to put on? Does it? How does it cover? That's because I don't have the time to do like a million layers and have those like super delicious models that you've done like 16 layers for a shade. I don't have time for that. I've got to put some ink in this paint though. It's a bit too dry. Nice, something not too dark. Everything's there's one. I'm going to put a little bit in this in the white, just a little bit, just to get that extra little bit of help. Hi, Bo. So I will definitely put another coat on that to bring that up. Oop. And now the real crunch time, the symbol. Let's just go ahead as if it's nothing. You don't have to psych yourself out. Just keep chatting away. Yes, I'm just here painting a circular little towel symbol. What does this symbol even mean anyway? Is it just like the free casts? The free pieces are like the free casts? What is it? Fire, earth, air? No water cast. I find that surprising. Have I got that right, that there's no water cast? It's just fire, earth, air? Yeah, air's like space travel guys, flying guys. Earth is buildy societal ones. And then fire is shooty ones, like army ones. So, bit of ink, Troll's Teeth in Corax White. You get quite a good white. It's quite bright for first coat. You beauty, look at you. Ooh. Sorry, just gonna slurp some coffee. Well, yeah, I'm not talking like thick paint layers. I'm talking about the super watered down layer and layer. You know, when you see the super duper good paint jobs, I always find myself wondering how many hours they've spent on that particular area doing that particular effect. And like the idea of spending that long on a single model appeals to me, but the skill's not there to spend that much time on a single model because I wouldn't get that effect. Where I'm at is with the ogre, you know, with blending the ogre flesh. Like that's kind of where I'm at. It's not the same. It's not the same level, you know. Although I'm very happy with this flesh, it looks a little bit more gradient. So that's something at least. I think that Dreadnought's going to need some love. I think I'm going to have to paint him up for all his efforts holding up that shelf. Looks nice. I'll take that. Yeah. That's all I'm aiming for. Looks nice. I'm not trying to win any prizes. And like I said to Grex, I'm only competing with my last paint, my last model, you know? I'm just trying to improve my skills. It's not about being the best in in the world or anywhere else. It's just about your skills. Now, did I paint both of those white? I think I did. Let me check. Where is he? Where did I put the towel? Oh, there he is. Okay, no is the answer. I didn't do that bit. Nice. It's a little bit thick. Little bit thick. I'll add some more Griffin Charger. Oh, no. Okay, so that's the second benefit. Emptying it all out on my desk has helped because I've been looking for this. This is the full Griffin Charger, not the one I dropped. So now that's another one I found. So, yeah, top tip. Don't keep your paints in boxes on shelves because you won't look for them. Have them on your desk in some way, shape, or form. This is a lot darker, but I can go over it with a white. Oh, I went straight to the hardest part. Okay. Did it even... Although, to be honest, the white looks just fine. Doesn't look too dark at all. Ooh. Perfect. Hey, Rex. Yeah, same guy. No, it's not. No. I've just done the shoulder on this guy. If you want to see what they look like now, they look like this. This is how they're looking. So I haven't done edge highlights yet, but got the layout sorted, the composition, and we're just doing the whites. I mixed too much whites, so I'm just doing the logos. I just noticed that this one's a little bit shy under here. Just there. Ever so slightly shy. There we go. Ah, Corey, son of a bitch! Straight in there, paint faster. Ah, man, this is as fast as I can go. What can I say? You want faster painting? Yeah, you're in the wrong place. You're gonna get my speed. What can I say? Nothing else I can say to that. Cotton buds, a little bit of a mixed bag, Rex. So. But I think we found... So, they succeeded 3 times and failed twice. And on on every one of them, it kind of sucks off all of the paint on the surface of the recess it's trying to get into. So, it was a bit of a mixed bag. We think... There's another theory prevailing that it could be that cotton buds would be good for texturing flesh on larger models especially. So, we're thinking like ogres and the giants. It could be a paint gradient texturizer, not unlike a sponge. And then we just thought, well, we could just use a sponge. Come on, camera. It started to do that not focusing on my hands thing. Remember that why I put the paper up? But I way prefer having the shelves in the background. But I have rejiggled the shelves. I've put more models up in front, so maybe that's the issue. I'll have to figure something out. I'll just rent myself out a studio instead, guys. Yeah,
I'll just use my immeasurable wealth to rent out a place. Hell, I'll just buy a studio for next stream, guys. No problem. Oh, did it sound like Stewie Griffin? That was my rich man voice. I've got a couple of rich man voices. Yeah, once you get to a certain level of wealth, you either sound a little bit like that, or you start to sound. What do you mean? I've got to carry money on my person? How degrading! No, where's my butler? He carries the money. I don't carry the money. I just want to eat my scone. It's delicious. A bit of jam. You know, that's when you get, yeah, that's what happens to your voice when you get a certain amount of money. Or at least I hope my voice goes like that. Well, I was going for a transition ball, you know? I wasn't trying to do one then the other. I was trying to kind of softly smooth. You gotta kind of lead into it. It's not the kind of voice you can immediately switch to. What you have to do, I'll have you know, young man. You've gotta ease into it, and you kind of ebbs and flows, not unlike the stream that goes past one's estate. You know the one. You know what I'm referring to. Yes, it's a tough one, and you know it's hit and miss. I felt like that impression was weaker, but yeah, it's. I haven't cracked that impression out for a while, but yeah, it can be hit and miss. I'm not by any means good at impersonations, but I do sound like that I've got, well, I mean, I don't know the exact number, I mean, but it's certainly not, I'm not wanting for anything, should we say. I'm comfortable. Isn't that what you commoners say? I have comfort. I'm adorned with comfort, yes. I gotta stop now. Immeasurable. Yes, I'll buy a, what's this you say? A dreadnought? Oh, I say. Yes, I'd like 4 score, please. 4 score dreadnoughts, please. Yes, speed it up now. Chop, man. Right, I think those whites are good. I will go back to the first one, although does he even really need it? Yeah, I find, yeah, or trying to order a single item and indicate, say you want it in a certain weight or a silly amount, I think that's a good way to make yourself sound like you have no concept of how money and that kind of thing actually works. Like, I always find it funny, like, when a politician gets asked... it's Bill Gates. They asked Bill Gates how much a quarter of milk cost. And he's like, $16? And that kind of stuff. Oh, is it? I thought it was too much stuff because I kind of added stuff, but it could be the brown and brown. So what you're saying is... what you're saying, KS, is every time... If I paint brown, paint my shelves, I should paint my shelves a colour that I never use. Ah. Yeah, the camera... it must be the brown and brown. I'll try and put my hand up more whilst painting.
Also, hi KS. Sorry, hello. I was off on a bit of a tangent there. Maybe some paint will help with the structural integrity of the shelves. Another lovely stream, guys. Lots of chit chat. I love it. Another lovely stream. Right, so those whites are done. Here's a question, right? You can let me know which one. I don't mind which way I go. Do you want me to paint the browns on the other two towel? So the shoulders. Do you want me to paint those on, or do you want me to do some edge highlighting on this one? No, Rex, that's heresy. I'd have to friggin' exterminatus my whole apartment for such things. Like, how dare you suggest such a thing? Rex, I thought I could call you a friend, but to type those words, like, ugh, to type what you just typed. I mean, I don't know who you are anymore, frankly. That's horrid. Dear Lord. All right, Freds, I'm going to go with let's make some progress on all of them. That's what I'm going to go for. And what I'm going to do is next stream, if I remember, I'm going to go straight out the gate with edge highlighting them. No, Rex, you are undeserving of a flogging. I think we'll just have you... No flogging. Flogging's for civilized folk. I think we'll just have you destroyed like medical waste. Yes, just merely thrown in a plastic bag and into a furnace with you. Yes, destroyed like the medical waste nothingness that you are. So uncivilized, I say. Yep, sorry Rex, you're done. We're just going to have you destroyed. Like a faulty product. Oh, guys, the more I think about it, the more when I actually tune in and watch me painting, I feel like there could be a 1,000-hour ascension thing going on. You know, like when like a chaosy guy's done enough good and done enough good in the eyes of the chaos gods, and they ascend. There might be something in clocking in this many hours painting. I think there's something in it, and it's documented. I already feel like, yeah, I get in a whiff of it, a taste of ascension. I get a little hint of ascension, a little bit of a smell. Yes, a little bit of a possibility, gents. I feel like I might be onto something. I feel like we've got a plan. Oh God! Imagine if this is a bit dark. Imagine I get to the 1,000 hours, right? And I'm like, last hour, guys, of the 1,000, and it dings 1,000 hours, and I just have a seizure and die. It'd be like, oh Christ, he did ascend. I think that really works. I like that color scheme. Well, of course I like the color scheme. I bloody chose it. That goes without saying. Let's do this little bit in here. What I'd like is for Games Workshop to notice me, and from what I'm told, they're pretty generous with their scenery. I don't have next to no scenery, and so you know, I'll take yeah, thanks Warhammer. I'll take the fortified manor. I'll take the little cottage from Old World for starters. I'll take any and all Necromunda modular sections and or gantries. Yes, please. Thank you very much. And whilst I'm on it, you can send me over 3 of those Tyrannocytes, because they're really hard to get hold of, and I think they're brilliant. I got this one for Christmas, a part kit. Look at this. It's so weird. What were they thinking? Look at that. Oh, I can't wait to make that a little bit more table-friendly. As in, friendly for me, not an actual table. But yeah. Well, it's a Spirocyst. Yeah, it's a really weird little funky one. It's not a complete kit. I didn't get the big spore mine, which I really wanted, but that didn't have the armor plates on, and I didn't want to put the armor plates on it, so I kind of got it for cheap, but it was what I wanted anyway.
But yeah, the other thing is you can make it into a big spore, and that I really want that. But yeah, don't worry, Rex. If Warhammer ever notice me, I'll just say 2 fortified manners, please, and then I'll be like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Rex, what's your post? What's your address? And I'll send it over. There you go, Rex. You can hold me to that. If Warhammer notice me and I get a fortified manor, it's yours. All right. We might be waiting a while, but promise made. You'll have to remind me of it though, because I do forget these things. But if it happens, it's yours. Yeah, well, don't thank me yet, Rex, because at the moment, it's just words, okay? So I don't believe you should thank me for just the words. It's just, I'm just saying something. You know when you get those people who say they do something nice for you, and you're like, oh, thanks, 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 and it's like, that's enough for them, and they don't need to follow through. So thank me if we actually get there and the thing arrives at your house. Then you can say thanks. Otherwise, it's just words at this point, bud. It's just words, all right? So... yeah, so it's just words at the moment, Rex. Thank me if I manage to do it in real life, okay? That's okay, KS. You don't have to. Don't feel you have to post on Discord. There's no obligation there whatsoever. It's fine. Yeah, it's all good. All good. Yeah, all good. Sure is, Rex. Sure is. There has been since 2012. But then that one disappeared and then another one came up like a few days later. Or a few moments later, in fact. But yeah, we've had a Discord for... as long as there has been time, there's been a Discord. Here's a question for you, KS. Is it in any way, shape, a slightly motivating factor that you can put it on the Discord? Does that encourage you to paint at all? Do you feel inspired at all in any way, shape, or form? You kind of have to track down Greco or Ven and get that. It's a little bit of a treasure hunt. We had to stop putting out the links because of nefarious scammers. Looks like Fred's going to come save you. I love that. It's so nice that people do that. Oh no, look. It's broken. Okay, we're going to lose that. I'm going to take it off. I don't like my sticky out bendy bits. I'm going to cut that sucker off. Yeah, if just putting my finger on it breaks it off, it goes. You're out. So long. See ya. Yeah, I don't do sticky out bits that break that easy. Yeah. I've actually noticed that if you look, I've glued it on one key as well. Can you see that it's not straight either? Hey ho. Well, at least they're easy to snip off if they do get broke. Ooh, Discord message. Private message. It's a little bit of white on that underside. You know what? I am gonna go in and paint that bit now. Catch you late, Freds. Freds, if I don't ever see you again, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the chat. Mind how you go if I don't. If I do, fantastic. But yeah, thanks very much. I just want to say that just in case, because some people do disappear forever. Yeah, take care of yourself, man. Hopefully, maybe see you again soon. Oh, I went into the recess on the white. Blast. Okay, I fixed it. We're good. We're good. Thanks, bud. Here we go with those vents again. Let's go for it. Burp. Getting a lot of... Who's private messaging me? That would be those Warhammer executives. Hey Table, yeah, we noticed your little live streamy. We'd like to send you some shit. There you go. Yes, please. I wouldn't mind 2 fortified manors if you please. And some wood, so I can build myself some bloody shelves. Oh, maybe I can get a sponsor from trees. Today's sponsor, trees. You can build shit out of them. God. Trees, when you need to make something that's less crap than cardboard. No worries, Rex. No worries. How many days a week do you play piano just before you go? Like, what's the deal with that? You played piano yesterday as well, wasn't it? After your swimming class, how many hobbies you got, man? Catch you later, bud. Swimming's also great for you. Yeah. Enjoy your swim. Swimming's brilliant. Well, good. I mean, how else are you going to get better, you know? Practice makes perfect. Catch you later, Rex, bud. It's nice to have hobbies. I was really into my swimming. Kids torpedoed it, but yeah, I was swimming like... I would go 5 times a week, and I'd swim a kilometre each time. Yeah, I was super into my swimming. It's just not possible with children, though. Just not possible. Okay. Noted, Rex. Noted. Wouldn't want to get you in trouble with Mum. No problem. But I mean, like, it's swimming. It's not like your hobby's counterfeiting, you know? But if that's what Mum wants, Mum gets. Okay. Well, a dabber do you with those. They're really going to pop with some edge highlights, but there they are. Some edge highlights are really going to bring those out. Arguably, you don't even need to bring the... You could just stain them, and you don't have to do what's like the middle one. You wouldn't even necessarily have to do that. One second, I just need to go grab a pen. Right, so time for the new tally. I'll just move you over here. Zam. There we go. So we are now on 962. 962. Not too shabby. Right, unfortunately that's the end of the stream. Let's crack off the blue tack before everyone leaves. 6 and 11. Don't mind if I do. If you haven't already put a like on, now's the time, gents. Thanks for a really lovely stream. That was lovely. Lots of chit chat, lots of painting. Absolutely exactly what the doctor orders. Thanks so much, guys. So, yeah, that's us for another day. I will catch you again tomorrow. Same time is the plan. So, yeah, thanks so much, guys. I will... Oh, that green's really screwed over, isn't it? That's really in bad shape. But, yeah, thanks so much, guys. I'll see you same time tomorrow. Yeah, really appreciate you. Thanks a lot. Catch you later. Love you. Bye.